Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a first impressions on the new L'Oreal Infallible Total Coverage Foundation. It says it is a 24-hour wear. I don't know about that, but we'll see. I'm just going to look up some of what it says, the claims. So it says it is a 24-hour full coverage with a lightweight feel and a natural finish. And they recommend that you put it on with a sponge. Now they recommend the sponge that they actually came out with a sponge or a few sponges for this foundation. I'm just going to use my beauty blender. Now I haven't tried this on my face at all other than just a tiny stripe just to see the color. So let's see. I'm just going to put it onto my hand. And you can see how thick this is. Like when you put it on, I mean, it's like, it doesn't budge. Now this is the first of the Infallible foundations that I've tried. I really want to try the Pro Glow that everybody really likes. See, I wouldn't call this like crazy full coverage. I mean, it has a nice coverage, but I can still absolutely see my skin through it. It says on the bottle that it is a natural finish and it has an air-light texture with high coverage. But to me, it just looks matte, like matte. And I tend to not like super matte foundations because I am so dry. We'll see how I feel. I actually don't think this is a bad color. Isn't bad at all. I'm going to try a little bit of just like placing it on the skin and see if that does any different. No, not really. Alright, already I'm starting to notice that I can really see the texture in my skin. Like any dry patches, I can see it. We'll see when I blend it in a little bit more. Now this foundation dries very, very quickly. It's like it doesn't give you a ton of time to work with it. It's like you really have to move quickly. But it doesn't feel heavy on my skin. Like it does feel lightweight like it claims. But I do not know what they're talking about when they say this is like an instant full coverage, because I can absolutely still see a little bit of redness and some like, I can see my skin through it, absolutely. Which I don't necessarily mind. Most of the foundations that I like, you can, but when I'm looking for a full coverage, I want it to be full coverage. So I wouldn't call this like super full coverage. Okay, I'm gonna zoom you guys in nice and close to really see here. So, first and foremost, like, you can definitely see through the foundation. I mean, it's not necessarily an ugly foundation, but it's like, I can see every single, like, dry patch or piece of texture, like right here, over here. I feel like too, because it dries so quickly, you have to blend it so fast, and now I feel like some places, like I'm really having to like pull to really blend it out here. Alright, well I'm going to put my concealer on top, so I want to be able to see the wear, see how it mixes with my concealer. And I'm just using the Shape Tape from Tarte. And then I'm going to mix it. Shape Tape, I got it as a little bit light because I have the Fair Neutral. So I'm using my light Bare Minerals Bare Skin just to mix with it. Now I will say that my concealer is blending really nicely on top of it so far. I'm not seeing it break up or not mix well. Sometimes with foundations too, it's like it'll pick up. It's like the foundation will make the concealer pick up, and this one's definitely not. I definitely don't feel like I need to set this foundation with a powder. Like, it feels dry. So I'm just gonna use my It Cosmetic by my pores to just set under my eyes where I put my concealer. Okay, so after putting my concealer on, the concealer did blend really well over it. Now that it's given it just a minute to dry. I got this foundation because of course I wanted to try it out for you guys, but it's a full coverage foundation. It's supposed to be more of a natural finish. It says a natural, so like a satin finish. That's not true. This is an absolutely matte finish. Absolutely matte. Oh, that's matte. And I'm very much not used to that. Almost every foundation I ever use is either a natural to like dewy finish just for my dry skin. But I'm gonna go finish the rest of my face makeup and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have the rest of my face on now. It is completely dried down. Oh, glitter on my face. It's completely dried down now. I want to try this a couple more times. I'm going to do a wear test today so you guys can see throughout the day. I'm going to do it in a couple hours so you can see what it looks like in a couple hours, and then at the end of the night before I go to bed. I don't know yet. So far, it's just very matte, which I didn't think. It said it was for all skin types, and it's a natural finish, so I thought it would be good for my skin. Be, you know, a nice natural finish, but full coverage, and it's super, super matte. As you can tell, there's no glow. I mean, you can see my highlight, of course, but there's no glow on the foundation whatsoever. But I will say the pros of it is a nice all-over finish. You can get a pretty full coverage after a couple layers, and makeup goes really smoothly on top of it. It blends down, or once you like rub it in, it goes to almost like a powder finish. So then any powder makeup goes really smoothly over the top of it. Because I didn't set my face or anything before I put my powders on, and they blended lovely on top of it. Lovingly, lovely. They blended wonderfully on top of it. So as of right now, I would give this foundation about a 6. It's not my favorite by any means, but it's not a bad foundation. It's not separating on my skin. It's not, so far, it's not giving me any sort of blotchiness. But it is 2:30 right now, so I'm gonna come back in a few hours time so you can see how it's wearing and how it's looking. So I'll see you in just a second. Well, for you a second. For me, it'll be a few hours. All right, so it's a few hours later now. It's almost 6 o'clock. It's 5:45. Get you real close. So it's starting to come off a bit on my cheeks, but I tend to lean. I've been editing today, so I tend to lean and touch my face. But other than that, it's getting a little kicky around my nose. But again, other than that, it's really staying on pretty well. But so far, it's staying pretty well. It's holding up to it. Say hi to Leah. But I'm gonna check back right before I go to sleep, and you can see if it does what it's supposed to do. All right, so I am so tired. I tried to keep this makeup on as long as possible. It is now 11:30. So my final thoughts on this makeup is, it lasted pretty well. I mean, for how long I've had it on, I mean, it's still there. There's some places, like you can tell I've touched my face, that it's come off and picking. But other than that, you know, it lasted pretty well. So I definitely think this is a long wear foundation, especially for my skin tone, or my skin type anyway. My skin type is dry, and it stayed on really, really well. Now, I do not think that this is a natural finish foundation by any means. It's definitely more of a matte finish. But I mean, I think it's a pretty foundation. I think after it settled into my skin a little bit more after I set it, it did stay, it looked really nice. I never felt like I was patchy dry. It did cling onto a little bit of dry patches, but not too bad. So I do think it's a good foundation. Is it my favorite? No. I was looking for something a little more satiny, and this one's definitely more matte, but I definitely think I'll use it again. Someone who's like combination skin, I think would love, normal combination skin would love this foundation. Or even if you're dry skin but you like a little bit more of a matte finish, I think this is right up your alley. But for me, it's pretty matte. But it did make my skin look really pretty, and it lasted a really, really long time. I mean, in comparison, I'm getting you real close, but I mean, you can see where it's coming off, things like that, but not too cakey, and for the most part, it's still on. So I have to give it that. So I would give this foundation about a 7 because it stays on all day, like it says. It is a nice foundation, but I won't give it any higher than that because it doesn't, what it claims to be a satin finish, it's not that at all. But yeah, well, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one.